Hey guys, welcome back to Jamie Plays Zelda, episode 2 of A Link to the Past.
Is it only episode 2?
Yes.
It seems like years ago. Years!
Yeah. By that you mean, what, like 10 days, I think?
Maybe, yeah.
We last left off and you beat the Eastern Palace. Do you remember what you did when you started? Because there was a gap between when you stopped playing, when you beat the Eastern Palace, and when you picked up again.
I knew I had to go back to Saganaki. But it had been a few days, and I didn't remember where he was. I remember everyone telling me there's a guy at the entrance to the desert. So I'm like, all right, so I'm looking at the map, I'm looking at deserts. I'm wandering and wandering, and soon my brain just faded away from that task, and I just started exploring. It was just literally exploring the entire map.
So you got a handful of heart pieces, I imagine, then?
Yes.
Okay. Did you pick up any new items in your inventory?
I think the only item I can remember picking up was the ice rod. I don't remember what.
Oh, you have the ice rod.
I don't know what I do with this thing yet.
Have you used it at all?
No.
Against any enemies?
No.
Or oh, how come?
It goes pew and it shoots the thing up, but it takes so much magic. I don't know. I'm like Gollum, precious magic. It's like I can't. It's so stupid.
Okay.
Like one of these days I'm gonna need all my magic, and then I'm like, God, if I only wouldn't have just blasted everybody with the ice rod, I'd have magic.
In the last episode, you also got a mushroom. You still have that mushroom?
No, I gave that to the witch. She gives you the fairy dust.
The magic fairy dust.
She's like, oh, just sprinkle it on enemies or other stuff. We're like, oh, that narrows it down. So I'm just going around. Well, now I'm talking about wasting magic. I'm like, whee, just like throwing on everything.
But you came across the library at one point, right?
I was not happy at that point. At this point, I know I need the book. Somebody's told me, probably the fortune teller. That guy rarely gives good advice, but maybe
Have you been
he
using
did.
the fortune teller?
He's a charlatan. He's just steals your rupees.
No, but
no, screw that guy.
How many times have you gone to the fortune teller?
Too many times. Like, you will use the book. I'm like, I know where the book is. I know what I'm going to do with the book. How do I get the book off the bookshelf? So I'm bombing. I'm doing everything. I'm bombing on the outside. Nothing. Then it slowly goes back. Okay, I need to find Saganaki. So I actually had to go back and look at my old footage to figure out where the hell that guy was.
Oh, okay.
So finally, after I get the Pegasus boots, of course the first thing you do is just run around, and there's no way you're going to be able to control yourself, so you run into stuff. I have no idea why, but that immediately triggered bookcase in my mind. That is not an obvious connection to make. Why would you run into a bookcase to get a book off the top? It doesn't make any sense. Bombs should be able to knock it off, but no, your head.
So you got the book. What is the book called? Do you remember?
The Book of Mordor. I don't know. Something with an M.
So you finally made it.
Finally made it to another dungeon.
The second.
This was quite a ways in.
The Desert Palace.
Yep. I don't remember it being difficult at all. Didn't die. It was pretty straightforward.
You eventually get to the dungeon boss, the Landmolus.
I think I got hit once.
Really?
Because as we've established, my first instinct when I get to one of these bosses is just to flail away. 3 of them start coming out of the ground. I'm just brainless hacking, and connected once. Guy who's coming, I hit him right in the head, and okay, that's what you do.
So now you know where to go, because the map indicates there's a giant pendant at the top.
I know where I'm going eventually. But I now have the power to lift everything on the ground.
Okay.
Almost everything. I was going everywhere, picking up stuff.
Do you find any other goodies in that area?
I'm sure I did. The Zora...
Flippers.
The Zora flippers. So, and of course, as soon as you get the flippers, I'm like, oh, let's go explore every body of water with a whirlpool.
You eventually make it up to the mountain.
Gotta go to Death Mountain. And I pulled up a thing and went into a cave, and there's some old dude who's like, lead me to the blah, blah, blah. And I just, okay. At this point, I have the mirror, and the mountain's not that big. So
right.
There's like 2 caves, and then there's the bridge. That's it. So at this point, I determine I must need the hook shot. Because that's what I needed in Ocarina.
Okay.
So Ocarina has spoiled my brain. It's corrupted me into thinking, I absolutely need the hookshot to get across this bridge, so I go back to exploring.
Oh no.
Forever.
You didn't explore the rest of the mountain though?
Oh, I did. There's nothing else.
Oh, did you not pick up the... Well, you eventually did.
Well, yeah. Became a bunny and walked around. There's same thing. You get to the bridge and it's dead.
Oh, so as a bunny you went to
nothing you can do as a bunny. I'm 100% dead set on finding the hookshot at this point. So, lots of wandering.
Okay.
Lots of just mindless. What have I missed? And finally, I just randomly appeared on a little plateau with a heart piece, purely by accident. And now I know this is back when they did not hold your hand. These days, there would have been like arrows or some weird, here, loser. Yeah. This is where you do the mirror. This is just random. There's no visual cue.
Oh, I wouldn't say random. Jumped
off, and there was Death Mountain Pyramid or whatever the heck it is.
I imagine dungeon number 3 did not give you much trouble. Oh no! Did it?
I was dying constantly.
Dying?
Oh yeah.
Death.
I probably died 5 times. I was not exactly calm at this point, so I was kind of.
Were you like playing in rage?
No, I wasn't rage, but it was just like, this game. I wasn't being patient. There's a giant treasure chest in there. I have not gotten into this treasure chest yet. I can't figure out how you get to this stupid giant So, I still haven't. It's still sitting there, unopened. Now, this dungeon is full of, like, if you're just going fast and not paying, like, guys will bump you into death crevices constantly.
And what happens when you fall in these things?
Do you always go back to the beginning, or do you just lose power?
You go down to the floor below.
Yeah.
Because it's a tower,
So I died a few times just being headstrong and falling into holes and going back, and then you just slowly lose power, and I don't have a fairy in a jar, so I would die, blah, 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 go back. And I died a few times on the boss.
Did he knock you off the ledge?
Too many times. I'd get knocked down a couple times, and they're like, all right, only attack him when you have, like, 15 feet behind you, so that when he bumps you back, you don't fall.
Was it a frustrating boss battle, would you say?
Indeed. Because it doesn't seem to be a pattern. Like, I'm used to games
random,
that have a pattern. You watch the boss for 20, 30 seconds, you go, oh, that's how he moves. This guy's totally random. I limited my chances of being bumped off the ledge as much as possible, and I just finally accidentally won.
So you got the third pendant.
Yep.
You got all 3 pendants. You've got the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine you know what your next objective is.
Got the Master Sword. Zelda telepathically tells you, to come to the sanctuary. Being the smart lad that I am, I just went select, save, and I'm like, what am I walking there?
You're using save and quit strategy. Oh my goodness.
Who's walking?
These are speedrunning strategies.
Who's walking?
Save and quit.
Not me. When I have to get across the map, save
quit.
Oh my god. They don't give you a reason not to. Sometimes I have 2 hearts, and I'm like a screen away from my home. I'm like, save.
Oh boy.
I'm not even speedrunning. I'm doing the opposite of speedrunning in this game, and I'm still doing that. Now I have the Master Sword, and you look at the map, and there's like a giant skull or something. I'm like, okay, back to the castle. I got through it easily because I went in with full power, and with the Master Sword you can just zap dudes from across the room. That is awesome. It's all dark, you can only see halfway around, and I would just shoot into the darkness until all the guys in the dark were dead.
So you got to, I guess, the dungeon boss, sort of.
Got him. He laughs at you and goes, ha, and zaps her into whatever.
Oh, you like that cutscene?
I just love how Link stands there, and as always, dumb Link. All right, go do your thing, I'll just stand here. He kicked my ass.
Really?
Could not figure it out. Boomerang, fire, bomb, ice, just everything. Nothing. I sprinkled fairy dust on him. Nothing is working. And then it rang. Aha, baseball! Because I've seen every attack of his. Yeah. I don't understand what's going on. And then finally, baseball.
Did this ring a bell from Ocarina at all?
Yes. Without Ocarina, I would still be stuck on this guy.
Okay.
Because no one tells you to play baseball with him. I was so completely confused by this guy. I was planning on, right before I remembered about the baseball, I was going to release a bee and just see if the bee went to town on him or something. I could not think of anything.
You defeated him, and then with his last ounce of energy or whatever, he sends you to the Dark World.
Oh yeah, we're in the Upside Down now with the bunny.
You're not supposed to be a bunny anymore.
Really?
No.
I'm a bunny.
So you got
to go back to that giant treasure chest, don't I?
Are you excited about exploring the Upside Down?
Well, yeah, because now I'm not treading over the same ground for the 90th time, wondering, what am I missing?
Yeah.
It'll all be new.
So, would you say, I know you got frustrated at points, but overall, how was the experience?
It's been going in waves. When things are going well, and I'm not stuck, loving it. When I'm stuck, I am not loving it. I attribute it to just being older. Like, I know what games are now.
Okay.
Like, first Zelda, as a kid, that was fresh, new. This had not existed yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, spending 9 hours wandering around over the same stuff, bombing trees, bombing random stuff, that was amazing when that thing finally happened and you've discovered something new. It's all fresh and new and awesome. As an adult and a much older adult, I've played games, I'm like, just tell me what to do.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. So we're going to pick this back up after 2 more dungeons. And I'm excited to see what happens as you venture into the...
I'm excited now that I'm not stuck.
Let us know what you think. Post your comments below. And tune in next time for some more Jamie Plays Zelda.